Good morning, Paul. It's Tuesday, the 10th of January. Here's the heads up brief for today. For the productions today, in Southeast Asia, we covered 17 issues. In North Asia, we covered 3 issues. And for Australasia and the Pacific Islands, we covered 5. In South Asia, we covered 15 issues, plus the major issues in the Europe, Middle East, and Africa regions, Paul.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
So the major issues for you to be aware of before seeing the productions are in Indonesia, Paul. The West Papua National Liberation Army burned a school and attacked aircraft yesterday in Oksibil in Pegunungan Bintang Regency in Papua. Oksibil is about 400 kilometers north of Merauke. It's in the highlands and it's about 40 kilometers west of the Papua New Guinea border.
Do you happen to have what altitude? Do you happen to have what altitude that is at?
Yeah, Paul, that's around 1,400 meters.
Okay. All right, thank you. The reason I need it, do you happen to know which tribe it is there?
Paul, I couldn't find the details on the tribe yet, but
okay,
I'll
no
look
worries.
deeper. Yeah.
Just let me know.
Yeah.
Just get someone onto that. Let me know. I mean, it's very interesting for me this because, sorry, how many Ks from the PNG border is it?
40.
Okay, an easy walk for a Melanesian Papuan. It's interesting because the proximity of the border lays in with my theory that last incident at Freeport, the ambush at OB2 Office Building 2, showed a level of tactics like someone was complicit. Since then, we've seen a whole series of major events at Oksibil, which is obviously very close to that PNG border. So I can't believe that this is a coincidence because this whole Oksibil thing's relative new. The heat map there has got very hot over the last probably 3 years. And it's just more than a coincidence that near the PNG border, obviously, skill sets seem to be getting imported and undesirable relationships there as well in terms of picking up violence and irrationality, but also some of the superior tactical skills that are way above the TP and PB skill levels when you cross that border, given a lot of the training that they've had over the years, particularly from the well-meaning but often misplaced Australians that give people a whole heap of skills that then leave the police and military and wish to make a living. Okay, come back to me on what tribe it is there. Thank you. Go ahead. Sorry to expend some of your time.
No worries, Paul. Just to add to that, I thought I should bring this up with you also. The TPNBP claimed that it was responsible for a large fire at a market in Jayapura on the 6th of January, but this has not been verified yet. It's just claimed that.
Okay. Were there any fatalities at that fire?
I think there were a couple, Paul. I'll have to check and get back to you. Hundreds of stalls were burned. It was at the Pasar Baru Sentani market.
Okay. That's interesting. Thank you.
Paul, in Jakarta, the Indonesian Democratic Party of Struggle, PDIP, its 50th anniversary celebration event is ongoing at the Jakarta International Expo Center in North Jakarta at the moment. There are traffic and security measures in the area causing localized disruptions. There are rumors that Megawati may announce the party's presidential candidate at the event today.
Okay. That'll be very interesting. Despite her relevant incompetence in having to live off the name of her father, she is one of the power brokers there. So if she does announce that, can you just send me a WhatsApp message, please?
Sure, we'll do, Paul. Paul, in the Philippines, over 500 senior police officers tendered their resignations. Now, this is after the Interior Secretary called for officers to send in courtesy resignations because they were involved in the drug trade. They'll be allowed to resign and likely won't be prosecuted.
Okay, that's interesting. So if 500 of the police management are involved in drugs that have resigned, interesting to see how many more playing hooky out there, but it's a horrible reflection on the governance of the country, not just on the police force. Of course, police force is only good as the leadership above it. Thank you.
Well, just a small update on Thailand. Prime Minister Prayut has officially joined the United Thai Nation Party.
Okay, excellent. This is just unfolding to be yet another fascinating election process. I'm over my Thai fatigue, which I've been suffering for 20 years, and looking forward to this next election round, or should we call it a bout? Thank you.
Well, in South Asia, there's an election-related protest in Karachi, Pakistan tomorrow. The local government elections are on the 15th of January.
Okay, thank you.
There's been a ban on travel in parts of the Bandarbans in Bangladesh. Now, security forces are conducting operations there against insurgent groups and Islamist terror groups, some of which have links. This is along the border regions with Myanmar.
Yes, yep, I'm aware of that region. Much appreciated. That's interesting. Just flashing back to Karachi, how disruptive is that going to be tomorrow? Obviously, we're warning the clients out, but I haven't had a chance to read that.
Yeah, Paul, there will likely be hundreds of people at the protest. There have already been allegations of vote rigging. So it is a tense elections, and these have been delayed since last July. So they are long overdue also.
Okay, thank you.
In Nepal, there will be a confidence vote for the Prime Minister today.
All right, thank you.
Lastly, in the Europe, Middle East, and Africa region, officials of the UK government met several unions involved in strikes yesterday to try to reach a resolution, but no agreements were reached with various unions, including transport and health sector ones.
Okay, thanks very much. Listen, just on Nepal, make sure we give UNHCR a heads up on that, will you?
Yeah, sure, we'll do, Paul.
Okay, great.
That's the brief for today. Anything else from you, Paul?
No, that's fantastic. Do you need me to hang around or not?
No, Paul, I'm good. Thanks.
Okay, cheers. Thank you. Great brief as always. Cheers.